Hey everyone, I just want to do a review. I actually haven't done a review of this yet, but it's getting to the end of the summer. This is one of the new toys that I bought this spring. It currently I didn't buy it new, although it was very close to being new. It has 334.6 hours on it. Let's turn that off here quick. There we go. Put the parking brake on. Anyway, this is my New Holland Boomer 24. So I bought this to replace my John Deere 40, I want to say it was a 4210, larger tractor than this. I only used that tractor for aeration here at my golf course, and that was it. And that had about 800 hours on it. So I wanted to trade it in. I wanted to get something that was a little bit smaller that I could still use my aerator with and have a front bucket on it. I also have a mid-mount PTO driven deck, mowing deck for this, and I have pallet forks along this along with this bucket here, and some other attachments here for the rear. So I got a very good deal on it. It was exactly what I was looking for. It's powered by we'll take a look at it here. If we can open it with one hand. So it's powered by a 1.3 liter 3-cylinder Mitsubishi diesel engine, putting out, of course, 24 horsepower, hence the name. So as you can see here, this is a sweet little machine. It definitely does what you need it to do. Everything is pretty easy to work on. You've got your oil dipstick there. You got your air filter right there to clean. Put in your oil, your radiator, coolant, battery. Everything is fairly easy to get at here. And quite frankly, very easy to use as well. So, as you can see, this is a 4-wheel drive model. It's got a mechanically locking rear differential, so the rear wheels can lock, and the front wheels, of course, spin as well. And for 24 horsepower, I've got this thing unstuck and used it to get other machines unstuck that I didn't think was possible with a 24 horsepower machine. But overall, I'm very, very happy with it. It works really good. Of course, New Holland is made by LS, which is based out of Korea by the CNH Industrial Company. And I have to say I'm very, very, very happy with it. Some of the build quality isn't as great as like a John Deere as my John Deere was, but when you get to the point, nobody gives a shit about the plastic anyway when it comes to these tractors. So basically everything is straightforward, and it does what you need it to do here. Very, very reliable so far, and the power has been great. I've never been short on power. It is a little slower when you're driving it though compared to other machines, but that's okay. I use it on a golf course. I'm going to use it this winter at my property to move some snow with at my house, and it should get the job done just perfect. I believe the rear 3-point hitch has a weight rating of 1,200 pounds, and that's what I needed for my aerator, which weighs about 1,000 pounds. So it works out really good. It's PTO. You got a rear PTO. You got the normal 3-point hitch. It can tow as well. Everything's pretty straightforward on it, and I have to say I like it a lot. One thing to note here, we'll get the hood closed. The bucket, I want to say, I can't remember how much this hydraulics can lift here, but I want to say like 800 pounds off the top of my head for the front bucket, although you may want to make sure that you have something on in the rear when you're lifting that much weight. And likewise for the front here as well. I spread fertilizer with this as well, with my big fertilizer spreader. And it does help to have the front bucket on with some sand in there to kind of weigh it down, so if I'm going over any hills, I'm not going to flip over the machine. So if we jump on the machine here, you can see everything's laid out pretty well. You've got your throttle there. You've got your hour gauge and information gauge right there. Your lights. Of course, everything lights up. Blinkers. This is your joystick control for the hydraulics. You've got your PTO initiation right there, and you've got your rear, what would be your rear hydraulics for the 3-point hitch, and then you've got your distinction for rear PTO, mid and rear PTO, and mid PTO. So that's pretty nice on the right side there. You've got your high gear, neutral, low gear, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and then if we take a look down here, you've got your mechanical locking diff right there. This is for how fast the hydraulics move for the 3-point hitch. And of course, you've got your cruise control, green, brake, parking brake, left, and you can see that parking brake beeps uncontrollably and very annoying at that. It's a hydrostatic transmission as well for forward and reverse. And your diesel is right there. So it's a 6.6 gallon diesel tank as well. And it's pretty, pretty self-explanatory. One thing I do have to note here, just like any subcompact or compact tractor, when you do have bigger loads on the front or the back, it does have a tendency to sway the chassis a little bit, and or at least sway this. It would be the chassis, and you just have to be careful how high you lift up the bucket and where you're going and stuff like that. I wish the stability was a little bit better, but I feel like that's any tractor. Overall, I've done a lot of stuff with this here with the attachments that come on it. Wish these stickers would have held up a little bit better, but that's what happens, I guess, when you put it on a pressure washer. So I may have to get some more stickers. But overall, I've really used this to do a lot of work. It's really helped me out here if we take a look at that. What used to be a water pit, basically, around that number 2 green back there, and then that's helped me fill it in with sand and dirt and whatnot in order to grow it back. So this really is a huge workhorse. It's stronger than what it looks like. Everything is very easy in order to hook up for the PTO's sake on the rear and on the front here as well. I have to say I'm very impressed with this machine. I've never had an LS machine before. I've always run John Deere tractors. So this is the first one I've had, and to tell you the honest truth, I will be getting more of these. Again, you pay for what you get for in most cases, but this machine, definitely a little bit cheaper than John Deere's of the world or the Bobcats, but it really, really gets the job done. I do have to say I'm fairly impressed with the machine. So of course, all your hydraulics right there. If you need to add hydraulic oil, you can do that right there. Pretty easy to see. It's got a little dipstick on it. Tires are very, very nice on it as well. Overall, it's just a great machine. There are more comfortable choices out there. There are more, better put together choices out there. But for what I use this for and what most people will use it for, this is the perfect machine. I don't think anybody would be complaining about it. At the end of the day, is the transmission good? Yes. At the end of the day, is the engine good? Yes. It's a Mitsubishi 1.3 liter engine. So can't complain about that. If you guys are in the market for a subcompact tractor, take a look at this Boomer 24. You won't be let down. You don't always have to go for the names of John Deere or Bobcat in order to have a great product. These LS products here are just phenomenal.